opinion, I did give you the list of what was done. There was a lot of things that were not done as part of the renovation. We were asked about the budget for the musical. So, and Sandy, do you want to take that? Sure. Okay.
Okay, so the budget for the musical, we used to budget almost $10,000 for the high school musical, and for the middle school does a smaller production. The high school had asked us, and what happened is we of course, that doesn't include salaries. Salaries are paid by the district as part of the contract. It's exclusive of that. They had asked us, the revenue from the sales of the tickets would also come back to the district because we supported all the expenses. The request of the club was if we can keep the revenue from the ticket sales, district doesn't need to support it in the general budget. We do have like 1,000 or 2, and we pay all the salaries. But they wanted to be self-sufficient, like many districts are self-supporting the program. So their money is in the student activities account, which they create their own account. So they have more control of it, and then of course, depending on the production, they can receive a lot more in revenue. So they have a supporting system for the drama.
And Wawa comes because of our cafeteria. It's very popular. Yeah, it's very popular. So that would be what that would amount, right? And so that's what that is. I'm not sure. $15,000 to clean the windows. I've never, ever, ever, ever even heard that number, or I'm not sure where you heard that from, but that is nothing that I've ever heard. Sandy, have you ever heard anything like that? No. So I mean, I don't even think, honestly, I don't think we've had a discussion about how much windows cleaning is going to cost at this point, because that's, not something we're talking about. Yeah.
Mrs. Steinhauser, in response to your questions, I don't know where you were, if you were here when we read the parts about the public comment, but it says, no comments or questions shall be directed to individual board members or district administrators. So at this point, they do not have to respond to that question.
Just one more. I have to be 2 years business. Just to clarify, I know I was asked that question. Mrs. Smith asked me. It'll actually be 2 years in a couple of days. So I've been in the district for 2 years. I think somebody said more than that, but 2 years.
Can I respond? I don't want to put the rest of the board on the spot, but I will respond to your where I am right now. First of all, I too believe, like many of you have said out there, that we're all here because we care about kids. I'm in the same spot. I will tell you this, I think about this situation 24/7. 24/7. I hear what you're saying. I've been accused of being not caring. I can't prove I'm a caring person. If you know me, I would find it hard to believe you don't believe I'm a caring person, okay? I spent 35 years teaching, all middle school learners. Middle school learners, as I've said from the beginning. And I know some of you, at this point in time when I start talking, go, wow, 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 wow. Like, it's not, you don't hear this. You hear about the lights in the gym, and it was really stupid to say that. That was a basketball coach talking. I apologize, okay? The comment's always like, you care about the lights in the gym. No, I care about having kids having a chance to have a first-class facility. You may be able to take and do virtual stuff with kids eventually. I don't believe they're ready yet. I don't believe it's good for them to be ready yet, okay? I think they need a structure. They need a place like a middle school with teams forming. They need people who look at them not just as people who are teaching them how to learn and how to use devices and how to strategize on how their learning styles are. They need people looking at them and trying to figure out if they need emotional help. Look at the suicide rate today. Look at the depression rate today. Do you think that's just because like happenstance? Our society is complex. And those kids go through a very, very difficult time in middle school, more so than any other stage. It's a very unique age group. And we need to support them. And it will have a huge impact on the high school. It will have an impact on test scores. I've seen that happen. I've taught in the same building over a period of 1976, I came on in 77. And I taught at that building, and it was a brand new building. Open space was mentioned before. The only reason open space was ever created was to save money. People got confused between open space, open concept. Open concept meant differentiation of learning like we have now. Way, way back, okay? I was part of that vanguard of new educators who were trying stuff, okay? We went through this, and what you saw we closed down the open space, by the way. We built walls, okay? That's what people started to do, because they knew learners had to learn. Sorry, I'm a little emotional about this. Learners had to have that finite thing. Anyway, going through that, I saw a facility decline. And I saw part of that, not great teachers make great learning. But I'll tell you what, it's an impediment not to give them a first-rate facility. And I saw it degrade slowly over the years, to the point where we were ready for renovation. We renovated, but we renovated differently, I'll tell you why. Because of open space, and that's why I come back to open space, we were set up as a middle school model. We had the teams, they were all together. We had already the structure of teaming. We were set up as a middle school even when we were running as a junior high, okay? When we went to renovate, of which I was a big part of, we built a totally new facility, almost the size of a building, next to our present facility, which got totally renovated. It's like a brand new building. If you don't believe me, go up the road, Iron Junior High School, Iron now Middle School, okay? Brand new looking facility. Not only is it gorgeous, I'm not looking at buildings saying, oh wow, as someone has said that I look at the glitter, okay? It's not about that. It's about the educational function of something. And I know what makes kids learn in this type of environment out in the suburbs. To the gentleman who's not here from Philadelphia, I give him all the credit in the world. I only spent one semester from Temple teaching as a student teacher in Philadelphia. I could not begin to tell you how to make a Philadelphia school run as well as I know this. So, am I right? I don't know. But I'm going by my passion, my belief system, and I'm erring on the side of learners that are now and you're going to be in the future. And cost-wise, I don't think you want to put a Band-Aid on, because you're not making a decision now to stop this building. You're making a decision now financially to not build for 20 years. That's what you're making a decision. We will not be able to afford it. This district can't afford it now. It's not going to afford it in the next 10, 15, 20 years. We are financially at a point where we can do it. We put another $10 million into that building. 6, and then what, another few. When are we going to stop? It's not built as a middle school. You cannot make a middle school out of something that used to be a old main high school with all this patchwork of wings put on. It's just not correct. I thank you for my rant. I've thought about this a lot. Every time I see a sign, I will tell you, every time I see a sign, it's like a dagger in my heart. Not because of just a bad feeling. It's because I don't want to see this community fractured over this again. And I would like you to think hard about what you're doing by putting only the money first. I know you care about the kids, but the thing I hear pervasively is we can't afford it. I'm going to tell you, we cannot not afford it. We have to do something about this. And putting relocatables on there and putting wings on there, and you can't dress that building up to get to the level to help the STEM. Okay, they don't have science labs. We're going to attach a science lab outside. You're going to grow more. There's no parking, has no facilities. My daughter's disabled, okay? She went through the school. We were always, and I told Amy about this. Amy, we're not going to make a big deal out of this. Because your disability, she's in a wheelchair, has been there since she's been 5. When she went through PERC, look, do the best you can. We will make it work. We went up to see my grandson play middle school football last year. You can't take a handicapped person in a wheelchair on that field. She has to sit behind the barriers for the driveway. There's no seating. There's nothing. It's barely handicap accessible. It just about meets the guidelines. This building cannot be done to the satisfaction of a good middle school learner. If you hear the passion, that's where I am, my passion. I know you people care, I care too.
Thank you very much. Is there any other board comment.